Good afternoon, Good afternoon, scholars of room 502. Today we're going to take a look back in case some of you missed this lesson on planning a narrative. And remember, if you have your text for close reading, we can review the our writing prompt. And it is, imagine that Lad, the dog from Quiet, had to guard the farm animals described in Waiting for Stormy. Using details from both texts, write a first-person narrative from Lad's point of view, describing what this guard duty would be like. So that's what we're writing. First-person point of view from Lad's point of view about he's been sent to the Pony Ranch and what happens there. So let's just take a look at what we did. And if you don't have this, please copy it because it's going to help you with your writing. Our setting is Pony Ranch. It's quiet, sunny, and not as fancy as the place where Lad's used to. The characters are Lad. He's aloof, snobby, but follows orders. Misty is quiet and happy. And the hen is not scared of others. Pause if you need to. Billy Blaze and Watch Eyes, those two young horses, they're young, eager, and friendly. So remember we started out our beginning, and Lad arrives at Pony Ranch. I will use this event to describe Lad, Pony Ranch, and the animals there. Okay, this will help you write when you sit down and start talking about how Lad feels from his point of view, what he thinks of Pony Ranch, and what he thinks about the animals when he first arrives there. Remember, it's all coming from Lad's point of view. Our middle. Billy Blaze and Watch Eyes want Lad to play with them. Remember, they're always playing. But Lad is aloof and says no, he thinks they're silly, because Lad's kind of a snob. Lad decides he likes Misty, who's quiet and dignified. Remember, Misty's the horse that's expecting a baby. Lad also makes friends with the hen and decides he likes the shed with its smell of sweet clover. And remember, this is coming from his point of view. You could say, I walked up to the hen and said, "My, you're very busy making that nest, and you don't seem to be afraid of the horse," and then the hen can say something to Lad, and so on. So you can make the story yours. And in the end, Lad is won over by the animals, even Billy Blaze and Watch Eyes. So that's how our story is organized, and we're going to start writing that today. What I'd like you to do is use Google Docs and write the story. It'd be great if you can get out maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs, maybe more. So today, we're going to establish a story's tone, and remember, we can use sensory information, what things smell like, what they look like, how they feel, how they sound, how they taste even. So we could use those kind of details, and also we're coming from Lad's point of view. So remember, we're going to use the word I a lot. I did this, I did that, and so on. All right, so we could either take the tone of the story and make it fun and playful, but I think it's going to be more serious, maybe. Maybe it'll be, at first serious, I think, would be the tone, because Lad's not used to being in a place like Pony Ranch. You might have some questions. Where are the master and mistress, etc.? But then maybe it looks like it gets more warm, as he starts to meet the animals and says, you know what, I think I might like it here. So that's going to be the story's tone. And, think about the tone of our stories in the past. Here Boy, remember that tone was comical. Opal thought everything was pretty funny. And then we have the story of Waiting for Stormy, and that tone was very serious, because Paul and Maureen, I believe their names were very worried about their horse, Misty and Stormy. Remember they were having those terrible daymares, as they called them? And A Dog's Life was kind of sad, but it ended happy, but the tone immediately comes here. I sometimes hear it's a dog's life, but even a dog deserves a break, right? So right away it establishes the tone that, this dog's life might be tough. And of course here we have the title, Lad, a dog, a classic story of a courageous collie. So we already know that he's going to be something special. And the tone right off the bat, we can see that he's kind of a snob, what the place is like, how fancy it is, how he feels about the place, how he feels about his owners, and so on. So think about your tone. Maybe your tone will be a little more serious than what Mr. Liggett has in mind, and that's okay. So go ahead and start writing to your prompt. and use a Word document, and you can send it to Mr. Leggett, and I'll make some corrections and discussions, and who knows, we might get another piece of writing in before the end of the school year. Be sure to check science today, and get in your IXL, Zern, and Imagine Learning time. And I look forward to seeing you. Probably won't be till next school year. All right, have a good Tuesday.